YouTube viewers. In this video I'm going to continue on and we're going to actually look at the actual Dolby SR card. We learned about the Dolby SR process in the last video, and now we're going to actually look at the card, look at what's in there, and hopefully a little bit about the operation of the card. So without further ado, here we go. Dolby SR. Alright, this is the actual Dolby SR card. This is a beautiful piece of electronics. I gotta say, I don't have a schematic, but let's take a look at it. So this is actually a 280 module, Dolby spectral recording. These are the little lights here. So when the Dolby noise, which is pink noise, but it's actually, I think it's got like attenuation, not attenuation, it's got cuts in it, like, so it's interrupted pink noise. I think that will tell it's on. This is how we align it here with the reference and the tape. There's an auto compare. Go into that in a minute in the manual. Beautiful design on the thing. There's two circuit boards, as you could see. Plugs in on this one right here. Shell, metal aluminum shell on both sides of the thing here. There's a switch back here, so we can set it to either 360, 365 mode, M series, or 361. These are just the various different types of Dolby noise reduction. So let's take a look at inside this thing here now, okay? So I don't know if we would call this the bottom, but this is, let's say this is the bottom. Let's take out these screws right here. I'm telling you, I'm amazed at the workmanship in this thing. Actually, you're going to be amazed at the amount of stuff that's in here. All right, now this is the bottom of the board, of one board, laid out, silkscreen completely, every detail on the thing, okay? All right, and let's flip this over, take off this side now. Same screws here. Standoffs are very unique. Nice piece of hardware, I gotta say. All right, and this one sort of slides off of here because we have those LEDs. And again, okay, so both of these boards, or both of these covers, insulated on each side, fish paper on there glued in. And both sides you could see are totally silk screened. And just judging by that, you could guess how much shit there's how many components there are on the other side. So now here's these unique standoffs, which if I take off this screw, okay, which is threaded on the inside for those little screws, and threaded on the outside to go into the standoffs below it. All right, and there's a connector along here, so if we pull that up, that'll come off, and there you have the internals of this card. And that is a lot of little electronics for a one channel. Okay? Now, the best I can make out is this card here appears to be all filters. It's sort of marked over in here, and this is the input into it. goes in through this cap like this. But I believe, looking at the way this is done, and see there's a line drawn right here. I believe you got a filter here, 1 or 2 filters could be right there. There's another line over in here, and these are sort of duplicated along here, so this is probably another set or 2 of filters. And we go over here, another set right here. Okay, these look similar. These look very similar to the first set in terms of the layout, almost identical layout from this one to this one. So this filter's set here, and this set are the same. And then we got these over here, which are all different, with another filter set over in here. So like I said, you're looking at least, it could be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 filters right there. Not quite sure, but you're looking at quite a bit of them. And that's, again, saying we divide it somewhere along there. Now, if we look at this board, okay, we're going to find, actually, that this line divides it again. And this set of filters right here looks pretty identical to what was on here. Like here. This section right here and this section look pretty similar. Okay, another line right in here, which makes this section look a lot like these other sections over here. So you got a couple more filters here, a couple more filters here, and then the electronics over here that are controlling all these filters. Because you could see there's these ICs are CMOS and everything like that. All of these ICs you saw here and on this side are nothing but dual op amps. Low voltage, they're obsolete now, but low current dual op amps. I think they run on plus minus 18, but all here are all op amps on both of these things, are audio amplifiers. Over in here, though, we start getting into this the CMOS section here. So this is obviously controlled by that other card. Okay? And regulator over in here. I imagine for the voltage, to regulate this voltage that goes on for these guys right here. So, beautiful card. I mean, it's just, look at the way this thing is just populated. And, you know, here's an interesting other fact of these cards. If you look at them, there isn't any of those little bodge wires, like little extra wires added in or nothing like that. This is just appears to be a 2-layer board laid out perfectly. I mean, look at the layout of this board. You know, as you can see, all those components are laid perfectly in line. You don't see anything on any angles or nothing like that. They spent some time building these boards or designing these boards. Took them probably a long time to do that, but these things are beautifully done. I don't know any more I can say about them. I can't tell you how they work because I don't have these schematics, but these are a work of art, I'm telling you. Well, hopefully you've got something out of that. I know I've repeatedly said that I don't have the schematics, and I don't, but I did notice that on the outside of the case, there were patent numbers. And I looked up those patent numbers, and they're way more than I can provide in this video. But I'm going to provide a screenshot of the patent numbers right now. So take a close look at this, what I'm showing you on the screen. Jot them down or take a picture of this, however you want to do this. But if you really want to learn more about Ray Dolby and what he did to this thing, or how he made these, go look up these patents. They will actually show it, very illustrated, pretty in-depth though, and a little bit over the top of my head. So, but maybe a lot of you will understand it. Well, I had planned on actually showing you the operation of the card. But after reading through the manual, I gotta admit I was a little confused. I think I really need to, once I get the machine operational, I could then run through the operation of the card, because it's a little complicated trying to understand, do I print this tone first? Then it uses the auto compare, and it talks about printing the tone at a lower volume than the actual volume. All of these are questions that are probably, you might know if you've used this machine and you use the Dolby SR, but having never really used this machine, these are answers I don't know the answer to. So the manual doesn't help me along. It does help me, but it would be better to actually operate the machine while following what the manual says. So I'm going to end it just like this, and you're going to have to wait until we get this running before you actually understand how we align an SR card. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Ring the bell for notifications. Give me a comment. And we're going to carry on now in the next videos of tearing apart these three cages down below and starting to tear apart those circuit boards in there, recapping them, whatever's necessary at this point in those bottom, what they call basis boards that are in the 3 audio card cages. So, until that time, take care and we'll see you soon.